No, no, we're not chanting, burn her, she's a witch. We're chanting, burn her, she's a bitch. Everyone is the same height when they're lying down. A mouthful of sugar will catch a lot more flies than a mouthful of vinegar. They should just contract the word donuts into don'ts. If one side of the family is the in-laws, does that make the other side the outlaws? Warning, warning. The computer cannot connect to your sex drive. Life. Most people believe it is about them. It's only a few who believe it's about everyone else. When the police ask you to do something, please do it. When you're in a situation where there are lots of police, don't shout out, "Who's got gum? Got gum?" Gum! Do you ever wonder if Tom Thumb had rules he lived by? Rules of thumb? Ever think of that? This is my sword and this here is my gun. This is for sword fighting and this here is for shooting squirrels. It just wouldn't be right if Glad made body bags. When you're selling opinions, you have to select a section of people whose opinions underrank yours. Having a little psychotic me time, are we? Of all the animals, the human is the most in denial. The homeless will never go away until someone gives them a place to stay. You don't just drink. You don't just drink coffee, you do coffee. Lazy is not a remote control for your TV. Lazy is a remote control for your refrigerator. Lazy is a remote control for your microwave. Lazy is a remote control for your car. I'm getting old. May as well turn gay. The law works for everyone, or it works for no one. Paranoia has no limits except those we place upon it. Know why they call me the ladies' man? All of these are pubic hairs. I've had almost all I can stand on dry land. I'm going back to the sea. Arr. The last thing said about whales. Tailgating is supported by the big oil companies. The closer cars are in traffic, that means the more of them that are out there. The more of them out there, the more of them that are burning gas. And traffic jams are supported by them too, because that means you're just sitting there going nowhere, burning their gas, all the same. Take a side road once in a while. Go on a scenic adventure. Or walk, for God's sake. Ride a bicycle. Take the bus. Don't be in such a hurry you gotta ride up on everybody. Just making oil companies rich. Alan, I'm looking forward to those 7-day weekends. Robbie, my brother-in-law who's retired says every day is Saturday. The passive-aggressive drive-through. I had to wait for that driver ahead of me to count his change and check his order. That driver behind me is darn well gonna wait for me. That driver behind me is darn well gonna wait for me to check my change. That driver behind me is darn well gonna wait for me to count my change and check my order. Just thinking about nobody ever really knows all the trouble I've seen or all the trouble any of us have seen, and we don't appreciate each other or understand that battle that everyone faces, and we all mostly face it alone. It's a bad thing how we undervalue others, and sometimes they undervalue us, but it's a hard balance to understand, to appreciate everyone is going through a troubled time, and at the same time to understand that our troubles are not really more significant than anyone else's. And it's so hard to see that our troubles are not appreciated. We can't communicate it. It seems like we're undervalued, and of course we undervalue others. And we're still going through all this crap alone. If you believe in a God, why? Why? Don't give me all your cute answers. I've heard them all. God is not necessarily good, whether you believe in him or not. Only you can prevent forest gunfires. Vote no against guns in public parks. What? Are you gonna shoot a tree? I don't know about you, but I go to a park to relax, have a nice time, commune with nature. Does any of that make any sense to you? You gotta go and shoot up everything. Or you're afraid of everything. You're afraid there's a mugger behind every tree. I don't know too many thieves or muggers that are hanging out in the parks. Be honest with you. There ain't all that many. It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. We pretty much mapped the surface of the earth and a lot of the underwater. Here's an idea for the next frontier, on the earth anyway. Do those seismic scans everywhere. Do them everywhere. Map underground through sonic, seismic, whatever techniques, everywhere that you can. You'll find coins and underground cities and fossils, and be able to map where the underground streams, water goes, find oil, find minerals, all kind of stuff. Scan everywhere. There's forensic evidence. There's forensic evidence, and then there's thoracic evidence. Evidence left by crazy people. I wonder if Jesus could have had an identical twin. Has anyone ever been convicted of statuary rape? Could it be that the origin of the word beautiful is a contraction of the words be beautiful? What are your belligerent beliefs? No matter how many times you hear short people asking tall people, how's the weather up there? You never hear tall people asking short people, how's the dirt down there? The embattled battlefield was fighting county ordinance for its life. Do you ever think that a universal joint should be something really spectacular? Don't spend all your time looking back. All you'll see is your ass. I'm not a smart enough comedian to make smart people laugh, but I can trick some of the slower ones into it. Which is really just saying that laughter is magic. You never wake up from the worst nightmares. Living in the dirt now. Don't worry about Mr. Jones, who has a brand new car. Bought a tractor yesterday and a brand new plow, but he's living in the dirt now. Yes, he's living in the dirt now. Oh, he's living in the dirt. Yes, he's living in the dirt. Don't matter if you're rich, no how. We're living in the dirt. We're living in the dirt. We're living in the dirt now. If I must live in the dirt, then I want to live in the finest dirt available. Wouldn't you? I just want to be the guy that sells that rich jackass some really fine dirt. Yeah, you're gonna love this dirt. Does having a one-track mind mean you've got a one-train brain? No, nothing wrong. I'm just taking a sweat shower. It's not a theory if it's true. You got your own business? What business is that? On your own business? What business is that? You got your own business? Well, what business do you have? You got your own business? Onion business? What kind of business is that? On your own business. I said it was on your own business. On your own business. Well, why don't you own your own business? Onion business. On your own business. My retirement plans? I got several. Win the lottery. Eat so much sugar I lapse into a diabetic coma. Pool cleaner in the Caymans. Rob a bank, don't get caught, I'll have plenty of money. Get caught, lay around the jail all day. Go over to Cool Street and pick a fight. Vote Republican and wait for them to destroy the world. Sorry. Vote Republican and wait for them to destroy the world. Step in front of a bus. Wait until I die. Oh. Work until I die. What if you just did the other part of the golden rule? The as others have done unto you. The do as others have done unto you. Go live in the poorhouse, sell drugs along the Mexican-U.S. border, work to become the king of the world and then retire, develop Alzheimer's and go get lost somewhere. Pool boy in the Caymans. The only thing you know about me is that you're all a bunch of fucking idiots. SpongeBob SquarePants or Beelzebub SpongeBob SquarePants or Beelzebub SquarePants. Passwords and log-on IDs are becoming so complicated, it's beginning to require people to become hackers to hack into their own accounts. Thou shalt not brandish Thou shalt not brandish thine commandments as tools of oppression. Ralph Waldo Emerson. A great man is always willing to be little. Awwa. A powerful man is always willing to belittle. The only way to destroy a corrupt system is to compromise the integrity of that corruption. Yes, you must corrupt the corruption. How to build wealth by money. By lots and lots of money. You got the smammogram. You got the smammogram. You got the smam. You got the smam. You got the smammogram. There's comedy, and then there's the pure idiot. You decide. I agree with you. I'm behind you 400 square feet per second. I'm 150 meters behind you. I'm totally 4 square and 10-4 behind you, over and out. I'm behind you, behind the 8 ball. I'm over and out, over on the other side. I'm gonna meet you there, and this ain't no bull. I'm behind you 110 times 110% to the 110th power. I'm behind you with all that. I'm over and on the other side. I'm 125 and 10% plus 5 and more behind you, square in the mouth, right behind you. Then there's the story about the monogamous, mostly bottomless hippopotamus. I've fallen, and where's the beef? Laser eyes. If air is transparent, why did they say the wind blew? I've fallen and I don't give a damn. Laser eyes, laser eyes. Ah. Oops, I think I just took a poop. Careful that you don't get eliminated. Careful that you don't get eliminated. Careful that you don't get eliminated. South Vietnam would not have been nearly as bad off during the Vietnam War had they not been Hanoi'd. Had they not been so Hanoi'd. How about adult diapers for when you're watching the big game? I got my game pants on. Those idiots up on the hill. I ought to call them legislators. Since the Japanese atomic plant meltdown, plume was expected to reach Southern California. I'm wondering if there were fewer people going to the beaches to catch some rays. And one last one before I go. Here's $1 million idea. Make a chocolate chip cheeseburger. Don't think about it too long.